In this episode of Rob Christie Hike Across America, we visit South Dakota for part one of a 6-part series. We'll visit a monument 71 years in the making, an unearthed one nearly 20,000 years old. But first, we get some bad advice from some locals on a native hotspot. Turns out, not so hot. Now this place is called Cascade Falls. Now they got it set up like it's something special. Wheelchair ramp, overlook. But when you get down there, it's just a little cascade with a bunch of locals taking a bath.
There's one place we went to that one time where it was all Johnson shut-ins. There's like 100 people in there.
Yeah.
Next stop, we went to Cascade Springs, which is where all the water from the waterfall was coming from. Hopefully this place will be a little bit better and not as crowded.
Yeah, I saw it.
Now they do have signs posted everywhere warning you about poison ivy. So if you are somebody who is allergic, you might want to reconsider this stop.
It just comes out of the ground right here.
Now this just looked like somebody's koi pond in their backyard. Nice koi
Take a
pond,
swim.
but a koi pond at that. Now you can hear what might be a waterfall down through the trees, but I wasn't going to climb through all that poison ivy just to find out if there was one there or not. Actually I was. Christy stopped me though. So just before we left, a couple of old people showed up and decided they were going to skinny dip in the spring, so we decided it was time to leave. So my original plans were to go to Wind Cave after this, but Christy quickly put a stop to that. So we wound up making an alternative and headed to Mammoth Site instead. But on the way, I noticed this little waterfall off the side of the cliff. And by no means was this waterfall amazing, but it was definitely better than the one we saw 20 minutes ago.
It's alright. It's $10. Do something.
Now the price of admission is $10 per person, which really ain't that bad. But if you bring your kids, that does start to stack up. However, they do have a movie theater, a gift shop, and a section for kids, as well as the main attraction.
I don't know if you got to go that direction.
And what you're looking at here is an ongoing archaeological dig that started back in 1974, when construction on an apartment complex unearthed the bones. The owner, George Harris, realizing what he had, soon put it into the construction. Though I've never been there, there is a place in Waco, Texas called Mammoth National Monument, which is a lot like this place. But from what I've seen in pictures, this place might actually be a little bit bigger. Now, it's said that this is a giant sinkhole that a bunch of the mammoth were walking on and it caved in, and they got trapped inside, and eventually just covered up in dirt. Now, our next stop on the list was the most disappointing one of the entire trip. It was the Crazy Horse Monument. Now, they've been building this for 71 years and barely even have the face done. Mount Rushmore took 14 years and less than $1 million to build. Crazy Horse brings in over $12 million a year and have made little to no progress in the past 20 years. However, they do have this very expensive museum / gift shop with a little city inside. Also, it looks like they have plans to build a football stadium as well, because that's what the people want. Now, the biggest disappointment was the view. Now, I'm not talking about the TV show. I'm talking about here at Crazy Horse. You pay $15 per person, $30 per car, just to park, to get the exact same view you get from a pullover before you enter the parking lot. But if you want to get any closer to the monument than that, you have to pay for a bus ride to get there. If you want to get to the top, you have to pay $125 per person to get up on the arm. Now, I was going to make a joke about somebody scalping tickets here, but I think I just did.
Now they use it for fireworks. I guess you can take a helicopter.
Oh, we did not. Right, can't do all we do.
Well, yeah. I don't pay $100 to take a bus up there either.
Now, I was planning on hitting the Jewel Cave National Monument after this, but guess who put a stop to that as well? Luckily, we did run across a herd of longhorn sheeps down a Hell's Canyon. Turned out, it was the highlight of the day.
I'm out. Oh, there's a whole bunch of them. Look at that. I didn't even see that. Yeah, they're everywhere.
The next episode of Rob Christie Hike Across America, we continue with part 2 of our South Dakota trip. We head to Spearfish Canyon and check out the waterfalls down at Rough Lock Falls. So if you found yourself liking this video and want to see more, like, share, subscribe. We have more on the channel, more on the way. Until next time, keep on hiking.